So, the fire helicopter was 600, the carousel was only 500. So I guess it shouldn't be too bad. It is mostly just kind of tricky. More than difficult again. Don't want the competition to get the same idea. I mean, you should be able to compete. I don't want to leave that running. Though you do have to worry about the position of the poles. Proprietor of Wingloof Cuddles, Helter Skelter, please state your business. None of you? That's my business. None of you. I'm not here for you. You don't own the carnival. It's none of your business. Narnia business, that's what it is. It's a bit of a trick with these. I believe the achievement for this map is to clean this whole thing without stopping it. But screw that for a joke. I have already done it. And I'm not doing it a second time because that was annoying. Just have to time it, basically. You might actually be able to get away with the yellow again on this. It's not paint, so hopefully. It's rust, it's even worse. Okay, never mind. As I was. Just do them all from the inside first. Basically the idea is you need to clean what you can of poles, of how much is exposed when the machine is at this point. You need to rotate it around so that those that are up go down, those that are down go up. And then you can clean the bit that was obscured. If I do them all from the inside first, and then I'll go from the outside, and then I'll set the machine going. Normally I should really be doing this later. I usually work top down. I kind of just want to do it now, just so it's done. I will just know that these bits are done. And I just don't need to worry about it. The horses themselves are also quite annoying to clean, but I might leave them till last. It can be fun having the carousel going and they're just standing in one spot and spraying everything. But honestly, it's a lot easier just to be more in control of your own movement. Okay, we're back to the start again. It's probably a case, once again, that I could have probably just gone over it with the yellow to start with, because it's not all going to be rust. So this one here, the rod is mostly clean. Then we just got to hope that the only bit remaining is the bit that is underneath the horse. Unicorn. Because they're not just horses, they have horns, so they're a unicorn. So it's a little bit undersold that it just says horse. I hate the... Okay, the topper is done already. There we go. It's like 8 of them in total or something. So we should be getting the bases and the tops done as part of this as well, which is good. Just one less thing to have to worry about. I mean, they're painted, they shouldn't even be all that rusty. But whatever. And almost back to the start again. Then just basically got to pick one of the unicorns and see where it is, see if it's up or if it's down. And then just let it go to the exact opposite. Right. So, that yellow one on the left there needs to go fully up. There we go. Hopefully that's enough. Doesn't feel like it's exposed enough. Oh, that's right, it's the tops of them as well. There we go. It'll be the tops or the bottoms, that's right. It's not the horse that moves up and down, it's the pole that moves up or down. It's fairly generous as well on it, must be said. It's just not expecting me to do both sides a lot of the time. Just kind of one and then 90 degrees around, and that gets enough of it, it seems. And that's all of the poles, I think. So I actually want to just quickly check on that and see. We have bases 8 out of 8, 8 out of 8, 8 out of 8. Perfect. Good. So that's them done. So now we just don't need to care about them. We need to get up on top though. Okay. Whee! And we recreate our background picture of spraying at the star. And hopefully we can do this just with the yellow or something. No, we cannot because it is more filthy. Alright. Turbo it is then. And now we just do something fun. So if we go game, hide. Hey, look at that. Slightly different. Looks like they've changed the time of day or something. Not sure. I don't think there's a day-night cycle as such, but maybe. I think they might have just changed the lighting in general in the game since this was originally released in early access. Come on, star. Oh, is the base also considered the star? No, that's the spire. Oh, there's a bit. Yeah, okay. It's the edges. And the top as well? Okay, so we actually need to get like right on top of it. There we go. There we go. That got it. Is the yellow enough for this? Nope. Though once again, it's a case of going over it with the yellow first, then lets me see where I do need to turbo, so I'm not wasting time turboing everything. God, this is filthy. And this is where the advantage was with the like heavier duty washes, is you could pretty much just go over everything with the yellow. It would just be clean. You wouldn't need to go over it again. This is definitely hard mode. Now which bit is... okay, the spire ring is different. So just doing this should get me credit for the spire itself. We'll see how demanding it is. There we go. Now we have the spire ring. Do the top first. Work our way around. We'll worry about if we have to get an angle underneath later. I think we might. Yep. I mean, this makes sense being pretty filthy because it's most exposed. It's right up the top. God, it's not even mostly done yet. I think we'll need to crouch down or go further down. Get a good angle looking up at it now. Done a lot at the top. Yeah, it'll be all this bit underneath now. Maybe putting on turbo might actually help to get a bit more splash. Yep, there we go. Good, good, good. Now, each of these bits is a separate dingable. Each stripe. Looks like it's not too bad either. I can just yellow it. Nice. Pretty forgiving. I wonder if I should be standing up the top and then going down, perhaps? Doing it like this instead, I think, might be better. Nice. So then I move slower when I move back up, which is kind of annoying. But it does mean that I can only, like, go so fast, so I'm not overdoing it. Nice. We can clean our way up first and then work our way down separately. Some of this green stuff I expected to be more tenacious, but it's coming off pretty easily, which is good. A little bit more forgiving than the last one with all the paints, that's for sure. Just need to go over a little bit slower. Nice, there we go. Work our way up again. And turn. Can also do, like, the very tops of a few of them. It's like a stream bed down the bottom here. Jeez. Excellent. And back up again. You make sure I'm close enough, because obviously, because of the angle, it's further away at the bottom. Nice. About halfway there now, hopefully. Probably put like the short extension on as well, actually, so that way I don't need to get quite so close. That might be an idea. We just have the short extension on. And when it's right underneath me like that, it's excessive. Oh, now we're getting some bits that we might actually need the turbo for. Eh. We can do it, it just takes longer to get across. It'll probably be quicker if I just use the turbo on it. Especially then we can figure out how much we need to do before it gives us the ding anyway. Turbo time. Need to remember to go slowly across it. I guess that's the thing, is I have to go slowly across if I'm trying to use the yellow. I still have to go slowly across if I'm doing either the red because it's such a thin channel, or the turbo to make sure it gets proper coverage. I guess I don't know if there's much of a difference really. Difference being, I guess, that with the turbo, if it goes across it, you know it's cleaned it. Whereas with the yellow, you might still need to go even slower. There we go. Sounds like System of a Down to start with. Just gonna use the red, I think it seems to do a pretty good job. It seemed to be pretty generous as well, so if we miss little bits, probably won't matter. Nice, yep, so red's good enough. This roof is bigger than I thought. Click, 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 click. Okay, next. I hope the stuff underneath doesn't have all this annoying like mold spotting and stuff on it. It's going to get really tedious if there's too much of this stuff. I hope it's only on the outside where it's more exposed. Which makes a bit more sense. I still would have expected this stuff to not be of a material that you get mold growing on it. Or at least that it wouldn't be ingrained. But who knows? What do I know anyway? Doing the red just for the whole thing now, because this one looks pretty bad underneath anyway, so why bother going over it once with the yellow if I'm just going to have to go over it again anyway. Ends up being reasonably generous. Okay, 4 panels to go. And they look to be some of the worst ones, unfortunately. Let's just do the tops of all of them now, I guess. Okay, maybe it's just these two that are particularly bad, and the other two actually look not too bad. Okay, let's read these ones. The more thorough a job I do with them at the top, then the more forgiving it might be when I get down the bottom. Need to slow down a little bit. It's hard when you're trying to do the tempo of the music. Oh, there's some paint on the inside of this one? That's not cool. I didn't want to have to deal with paint again. Rude. It's like washing instructions almost. I always scroll the wrong direction at first. Keep leaving random lines when I do the red ones, so let's just turbo it. Yeah, experiment. Is this only this side, or do I need to do both sides of these crystals? I think I need to do both sides. So after we've done these stripes, we come around and do the other. Oh, here's the treehouse. That is going to be a hell of a job. I know that already. It's taken a while to get just one star on this. That's concerning. How much does it matter if I leave big lines with this? Quite a bit, in fact. It's funny how insecure the dude's about his helter-skelter. It's like, dude, it's just a big slide. Do all the insides of this cresting and the back sides of these poles, which of course have rhyme and stuff on them. Yay. Polish the knobs. And then hopefully they should be dinged easily enough from the other side. Very much just the stuff right at the back that I need to worry about with them. It's algae around here. And there's mold on the backs of these as well. Gross. Okay. And I want to be pretty thorough on this side because I want to make sure that I can finish it from the other side. But once again, yellow first, then figure out where we need to follow up. Okay. Right, so that's them done from this side, so I think that's all for me to do on the roof now. Okay. We back up onto the scaffolding, and now we need a longer extension to then do the rest. Oof, that's tough. Extra long extension. I'm hoping to be able to clean the topper entirely, but I guess there is the other side of it as well. We don't have a good angle on both sides of it at the moment. probably also just move the scaffolding much closer anyway. See how exacting I need to be. White, I think, unfortunately. So the cresting is not going ding. There's a few of these extra mold spots. Might also be an angle thing of I need to get the lower angle. Okay, so that's the... So there's cresting panel, cresting frame, and cresting trim, as well as the cresting itself. Okay, complicated. Well, let's move this much closer. To the next one. Oh yeah, there's all this underneath bit. Which I can probably get from just down here anyway. So in those cases, if I just have to get it from a couple of different sides, I guess. Yeah, there we go. The trim will also be on the inside as well, won't it? The pole topper will also be this side as well. Yep. Okay, good to have that confirmed. And then the cresting trim is also, yes, this side. Good. Okay, that's good to know. So that's all of those finished. So, important thing first is do everything from the top. There's the topper. Can't get every angle from every spot. And that's fine, we don't need to. Just make sure that we get all the important angles that we can't get from down the bottom. And get annoyed by the shadows when we can't figure out what's a shadow and what is dirt. That cresting panel must be so close to done. Yep. Once again. Okay, the trim, honestly, I don't even need to do from up here. Oops. I'm not going to be able to get this all the way around back here, am I? That's going to be kind of annoying. I also no longer need the extra long extension, I think. Just the normal long will probably do. We're going to trust that we can get the rest of what we missed on that last one from the ground. Great, paint. Wonderful. Spiny? Spiny the 17th? Huh? Okay. So the only one that we really expect to clean from the top completely is the panel. The cresting itself, the trim, and the frame we expect to get from below, just because of the angles. even the panel, to be honest, is a little bit under that lip there. We do kind of get it by turbo. Yep. But the cresting itself, there's too much stuff underneath. Pole topper though. Excuse me, what can you target the pole topper, please? You still have stuff. Where? Did I miss stuff on the other side or something? Hopefully I can get that from below as well. Some more paint. Yeah, stop it with the paint already. This is going to be annoying. Can the scaffold fit on the side there, I wonder? I hope so. Can use a ladder otherwise, I guess. Might just have to. When I managed it previously, but that would have been with a more powerful washer. I don't know, I guess there's not too much that I can't get from the ground. It's mostly just the top angle on the cresting up there. Probably have done more from the roof. Okay, well that got the panel still. Trying to get as much of the pole topper as I can. Is that shadow or is that still grime? I think it's still grime. I mean, there's one way to find out, and that's to try and clean the rest of it and see if it dings or not. If it is still grime, then I guess we still need to do... Is this still pole topper from the back? I really wish the targeting was better on this. That's the pole topper from the back, so okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Pole topper gets clean from the back. If it doesn't clean from the front, it'll probably clean from the back. I hate how grimy this crap is. Really expecting to be able to do more of this with just the yellow. Well, over here we might be able to fit the scaffolding. Ooh, yes, just good. Okay. And that allows us to get the top side of this stuff. There we go, because we already got the bottom of that stuff. So the cresting frame, I think we didn't try hard enough to get the bottom of. Okay. So still need turbo or red on some of that. I think it's actually going to be pretty forgiving on the backside though, because of how fastidious we've been. Turbo. Cool. If I don't get the panel, I'm always a little bit concerned. Because I should always get the panel. Cresting. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was about to say cresting I could understand. Having to get from the bottom. Be nice if these poles weren't on the side here. Just lie down on the pole as you do. We're just going to have to continue this around further. Oop. Well, down here we can actually get some more. There we go, so we can get like the frame from underneath. Yeah, at this point. I mean, we have to climb down the scaffolding anyway, so we may as well get part way and do some more of something useful. Cool. That gives me this angle on the sides. Good. Resting? No. It's close, but I might need a bit more of a look from underneath. Or further up, either way. I'm still not sure how well I got the other side of this pole topper. Let's go up here first. Oh yeah. Lots more to have to get from that. How about if I go like over here? Yeah, I don't really see anything with this angle, do we? It's not very helpful. Oh, well, that's the cresting done though. Yeah, you still end up getting most of it from the bottom. So from here, we try and get as much on that side as we can. But we've already done that pole topper, I think. So that's actually pretty good. And we should only need to move the scaffolding once more, I think. Oh, we've got the panel. Excellent. Okay, and now we go down so we can get the underside of everything. There's the cresting. There's the frame. Yes, good. Trim is from the inside. The pole topper will be from the other side of that one. Get some more cresting here. Then we just need to move. Oh, wonderful. So we might not even need to move the scaffolding because the only thing we've got left is that cresting, which I'll probably get from down here. I wonder what I'm missing on the cresting. Not much, it turns out. Good. And this pole topper is already done, I believe. Best way to check that is it clean on the inside? Yes, it is. This one also went ding, I believe. I think we're done on the outside bits. Good. You can now move further away. Oh, also, while I'm here, where is it? Oh, it's further around. Doot, 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 doot. Right. Oh, there's paint on the column. Ooh. That's rather rude. What to do next? We want to do the ceiling in here next, to be perfectly honest. Maybe the light bars first. That's just frame. I mean, if we do every ceiling panel and then just work our way out. Okay. Where's the panel finish? There. Okay. Once again, it's a bit of a matter of angles. We almost will just do... This is where having it still spinning can be kind of handy. I want to just do... Maybe we don't have it on aim mode. No, actually that's even more disorienting. It's annoying having to do the turn every now and then. It'd be nice if I had another controller, 2 thumbsticks. So you could use one of them for spinning, but then you'd be using it for aiming anyway, so... Need 3 thumbsticks almost. So that gets the inward looking angle for everything. So then you can now start working it outwards like this instead for each section. Check your job planner as a matter of urgency. Thanks, Mr. Blake Thrust. Yes, my health is skelter's filthy. Dude. TMI. You tried personal hygiene. Yes, this will affect performance. There's pills for that. Trim. Good. In frame, I don't actually know when I'll get credit for frame. Oh, like that. Okay, so we need to make sure that we do this angle from this side before we move on to the next. Oh, wait, like so. Oops. And then we should get credit for the frame after doing the side. Yes, good. Things moving a little bit smoother at the moment. It's still taken us much longer than we wanted, unfortunately. I was hoping to finish this one by now. But never mind. We're almost halfway there. Frame. this side of this frame. Ding. This should be the trim. No, panel first, apparently. Oh, did we get the trim? Oh, we got the trim. Wasn't watching enough. That was when I said ding, probably, but I still wasn't watching to see what actually dinged. That's my bad. That side. That's the frame. Good. Whoop. And once again, this side. This frame. Basically, when the previous frame dings, that's when to work on the next one. And then fill in the gaps in between. Again, frame. Save those frames. Let's finish this ceiling and then we'll take a short break. That frame is done. Okay, yep. And then this one should probably ding from this side. Yes, there we go. There's the trim. Oh, there's the edge ring as well, and there's the panel. Fantastic. Good job all round. Okay. And now I think I probably... Oh, hello, I haven't done this frame. There we go. Okay, that looks to be all clean. We'll then start on the middle. But first, we'll take a short break. Okay, let's get back to this. More paint. Gross. We'll just work our way around one at a time. We'll clean off what we can. The yellow. There we go. We might just need the turbo for the inner bits. Same sort of thing, just kind of go front on, clean that side of the outer bit. Apparently I haven't done a good enough job of the other side. And then do the other side of the frame. Oh, we can appreciate all the artwork. Because I doubt I did last time. I'm sure the last time I did this, it would have just been with the heavy duty and it would have just been all blasted away. Cool. Okay, next. And yeah, do this side. Do this side. Hopefully it goes ding. Did not for some reason. What did I not do on this bit? I'm confused. Because that's frame. It's all panel. It doesn't have any paint on it that I can see. Oh, too severe an angle means that things get blocked by the lights. That's annoying. Okay, so I just need to give them a straight on spray as I'm going by as well. I need to give them a side spray. Then spray everything. Hey, you got the panel. They didn't paint on that one. I'm gonna do that side of the frame, the next frame over. You can kind of do the bottom of the base the whole time as well, each time. And then we now need to do a front-on spray to get the bits down the sides of the lights. And then an angle spray from this side to get the other sides of the lights and the side of the upright. There we go. Okay. Ding, 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 ding. Bit of the base, do the top, do the side of that frame, move around, center spray, side spray, cool, frame. Panel looks like it doesn't have paint on. That's good. Trim. Lovely. Side of that frame. Here. And base. Which we are all about. Sides of the frame, and then need to remember to be doing this ring as I go around as well. I think I've missed some big bits on that. That's fine. We'll pick that up separately. Frame, good. Up. Panel, good. Trim. Frame. Next frame. Base. It's probably gonna ding soon. Oh, though we probably need to do the underneath at the bottom there. And then do a straight on for the frame here. That's probably all this one needs, actually. Yep. Good. Center pole ring. What have I missed on that? Is it up high? I wonder. I think it might be a different angle, like it'll be the top of that ring. Anyway, let's just get rid of the paint, shall we? Good. What am I missing on this now? There we go. What the hell is this? It's an elephant with a soul coming out of it, it seems. Okay. Bye. Frame, pole, frame, everything done. Okay, so center pole topper and center pole ring. So what is missing on those? So I bet it's from like an angle or something. What happens if I jump on one of these? Yep, there we go. There's the ring. And then the top will probably just need to go on one on the other side. Let's Let's go in one of the, oops, one of the ones that's up. There we go. Topper. Done. Excellent. Now the inside. The inside of the outside. Good. There's the trim. And we'll also do the ceiling edge trim as we go around. It'll be the rest of the pole toppers as well, hopefully. Yep. Interesting trim. I haven't done the underside over here for some reason. Frame. Oh, this is the one bit that I didn't get around to doing the rest of, it seems. Oh, how bizarre. I thought I'd done everything. There we go. Ceiling edge, trim, cresting, all of that done now. Good. Well, that was easy. Okay, the rest I think I was better about getting from the outside. Again, maybe not, because it seems that one I wasn't either. That's a tad. Yeah. Should do that one now, while I'm still thinking of it. There we go. That's right, there's like little gaps at the top here as well. So where it rotates, that means that there's a gap. Because it's not circular, it's technically like a multi-angled polygon. And that'll be the ceiling edge trim probably. Well, there's also this filthy bit here. Okay, that's that. Good. The inside poles are really annoying to try and get. We also need to get more from the outside anyway. I guess we work out from here anyway and then finish off with like the edges and stuff. Oh, this is the thing about the monks. And that's the helter-skelter dude, I guess. Is it? I can't remember. Why is there paint on these poles? Jesus. That's so annoying. Okay, we don't expect to clean that pole, because we're going to get the rest of it from the other side. We do want to make sure that we have the base done from this side as well. So we should probably be working more on the floor and stuff first. Probably also take the long extension off there. I think that's probably a bit excessive at the moment. Let's do the short extension. Actually stop the unicorns in a pretty good spot to be able to kind of get one angle here. Including up the pole. Try and get what paint I can off it as well, where relevant. And then I go between the next unicorns and get another U at 90 degrees around. And now I do the same thing for looking backwards and the next pole. Swing. Clean that to the edge, I guess, there. And then next time, down. Bit of rust or whatever. Top down. Basically do the reverse or the same thing from the other angle from the outside too, and that'll finish these off. Slow and steady. It's not really slow, it's just steady. It's as slow as we need to take it. Excuse me, horse. Okay. Get rid of that paint. This one has rust. Not sure which is worse. Both equally as annoying, really. Okay. Oh, and we're back to where I started. Okay. So that's all the poles and stuff done from this side. Next thing to do is center. Hey, Mr. Smarty, welcome, welcome. You catch us in, hopefully, final stages. Though I do say it only says 65% complete, so still a little bit to do. But I'm hoping that it won't take too long. So it's fairly straightforward stuff. Do each part of this inner platform as we go around. And we're going to have to crouch down here again to get the underside of this. And then the stripy bit. It's all one big base, apparently. Do I have Black Friday where we live? Kind of. It's something that's become a thing. Like, New Zealand's a weird place in that we kind of scavenge things like that off other places. Like, Halloween is not really a thing here. Thanksgiving is definitely not a thing here. But Black Friday has, because of just the pervasion of pop culture, Black Friday as a retail event has become kind of a thing. Like, people advertise it. It's an excuse for sales. I mean, stores always have sales on anyway. We don't nearly have the same sort of as ballistic as it seems to get over in the States. Like, you see all the stories about huge crowds and crushes at stores and people just being idiots in general. We tend not to get that. It's mostly online these days anyway, let's be honest. Like, a lot of people do the shopping online anyway, so places will just have online specials. So, yeah. It's become an excuse for people to put stuff on discount. I mean, there's going to be Christmas sales coming up anyway. Then they'll say there'll be like summer sales. Places just barely need an excuse to throw a sale on these days anyway. Went to your local mall today, it wasn't fun? Yeah, I can imagine. If I lived over there, I would just stay the hell away on that. I would just avoid at all costs. Because I would not enjoy that in the slightest. Things might be slightly cheaper, but if it's anything like here, places just quietly hike their prices in advance of it. And then the discounted price is not actually that discounted, realistically. You can usually wait for other sales anyway, just kind of keep an eye on things. There'll be other discounts. I don't know. Certainly not worth the stress. To me, Black Friday is a Friday the 13th, you know? That's a Black Friday. I don't get I don't get why they named it that in the first place. And say Thanksgiving isn't a thing, and it's usually like the Friday before that or something, or Friday after that or something. I don't know. Don't understand it. Don't care for it. But I will take advantage of things on special if they are. I've got a few things ordered that were on sale, so they were discounted, so I bought them. I'm not going to say no to a cheap price on something. I'm just going to roll my eyes at their reason for it. I mean, end of October we have our Labour Weekend, as it's called anyway, so there's always specials on end of October. So it's just basically November's excuse for a sale in terms of Black Friday. Talk about Steam for a minute. And there are two sales, summer and winter. So they always have a sale. Yep, just as bad. Yep. They've got their autumn sale on now. Now, I'm fairly sure I remember, like, fall and spring also having sales. Spring and winter are always the big ones. That's when they have their awards and stuff as well. At least on the winter ones, because it's the end of the year. But I feel they've always had ones for each season, but they also appear to have ones more regularly without much reason anyway. And then there's always weekend deals and certain publisher deals. So yeah, they're just as bad. It certainly becomes a case of you don't buy anything full price on something like Steam. Unless you desperately want something as soon as it comes out, don't buy it full price. It'll be on discount within 6 months. I mean, I bought the main things I buy on release instead of waiting for discounts is like the Truck Simulator DLCs, because I want to play them as soon as they come out. But other than that, yeah, most things I'll only get thorough on a discount. There's very few games that I want to play that much that I'll get them on release. I mean, half the time things seem to go on sale even on release anyway, so be like 20% sale because it's just released. And then like a month later it's no longer on discount. It's like, huh? And then no one will buy it until it's on sale again. It's weird. Psychology of sales is weird. Okay, so why is this not dinged? I'm gonna guess it's because of this area around the ring here. What it actually effectively is that when something goes on release, and it might be on discount on release, once it comes off sale, that's like your penalty. That's your peer pressure penalty. Where you didn't buy it on release, but all of your friends or other people online are playing it, and you want to be involved, so you end up paying more than what they did for it. So it's the peer pressure tax. Whereas what you should actually do at that point is just wishlist it and come back to it later when it's on sale. There we go. Good. Been working our way out. I think that's looking pretty good. Now we've got the outer poles. So we're going to do is the opposite of what we did on the inside. I'm just going to blast it from this angle. Sweet, actually get credit for the pole even from there. And then do the bottom. There we go, get the ding, move on to the next. Let's try and keep this a bit more centered. Wash off the grime, expose the paint, get credit for it because apparently it's in a generous mood. Excellent. To the left, to the left. There we go. Okay, what did I miss? Oh, there's just these little bits on the insides. Okay, got it. Remember this level? You were trying to get the achievement so it was harder? Yeah. I got the achievement on most of these maps because they didn't reset progress once it got fully released. And I'd almost completed the game. Like I was up to date to the point of when they released it, and then they'd added a few maps post-release. So I did all the achievements with like the pro washer and everything in free play because I'd already done the levels. And now I reset progress. I didn't actually complete the storyline. I have 2 achievements left. One is for the fishing boat and the other is for completing the career mode because I did not finish the game before I reset progress. And now I'm going through using only the basic washer with only the attachments and such for that, without taking any upgrades to my equipment. And I'm going to finish the game this way. And I tell you what, it is basically like playing in hard mode because it makes most of the levels just a lot more tedious. This one's not too bad. But the last one, the mayor's house one, was really tedious. It was like a 10-15 minute job or something pretty quick originally. But because I'm only using the basic washer, all of the paint on the fence was really annoying to get through. Basically, anytime you've got paint, you've got to use the turbo. Oh, how to platform and steps. We're down to a checklist already. Fantastic. I've been methodical. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. And I've not been paying attention to the dude who's been chatting to me because I could not care less about his drama. He'll give me a job out of it. That'll be the helter-skelter job. We'll get that later. But I don't care about listening to his waffling on about things at the moment. How do I plan on doing the subway with that? Slowly. I have the extra long extension, so I'll be able to reach the roof. It'll just take a long time. that will be the biggest test of my patience. The treetop is the next level. That was bad enough using the heavy duty washer, so it'll be interesting using only this one. Though again, I believe it's much more about getting the right angles on things. That's what it often comes down to, is that yes, you need to work a bit harder and it takes longer for the more ingrained things like rust. But a lot of the difficulty is the same in terms of just finding the good angles for cleaning things anyway. It's also a case of just using the equipment a lot more. When I was playing through the first time, I was just cheesing things a lot, jumping around on things, not using the scaffolding or ladders unless I really felt that I had to, because the heavy duty washer and stuff, you can get away with quite a lot, like being much further away and still cleaning things. This one you can't, so you do have to make proper use of your equipment, use the scaffolding, use the ladders, all that sort of stuff. So I'll probably be up a ladder a lot in the subway level. Whereas I don't think I used a ladder much at all the first time I did it. Some of the bits in the middle, I think. That's about it. The oil will be a pain. Oh, yes. Yep. Now, honestly, oil is no more of a pain than paint or rust. It's all the same. You just need to use the turbo washer or the turbo nozzle or the red nozzle. And just go slowly over it. So it's pretty much exactly the same, no matter what the stain is. It's if the yellow doesn't get it, then you have to go slowly with a turbo. It's very much not about going fast. It's about being thorough. It can remove oil. Yep. Before I committed to making this a challenge for myself, before I reset my progress, I went into levels that had like rust and oil and stuff like that and tested it to make sure that yes, it can do it. I remember that they did have an update at one point. It didn't used to, I'm fairly sure. It used to struggle a lot more, but they wanted to specifically make sure that so long as you are using the red nozzle or the turbo, any washer, including the most basic one, will be able to do any stain. It'll just take a lot longer, and you have to be really close to it usually. Because especially in multiplayer, if you're playing with friends, they don't have the same equipment as you. So if I hosted a multiplayer session and had someone come into the subway and they had no progress in the game, they would be stuck with this washer. So they needed to make sure that anyone who would be contributing would be able to do things, even if it just happens to take them much longer. So yeah, I know it's possible, it's just about doing it. There's the steps, and now we just do the unicorns. Which are filthier than I expected. So once again, I think it'll be a case of just go over it with the yellow first, and then follow it up with the red. And we do this angle and get as much as we can see. And then move on to the next one, do the same thing. Certainly much easier when they're not dancing around all over the place. So that was kind of fun. Alright, get everything that I can see from here. Move on to here. Now do this angle. And then we'll do the same from the inside to get to the other side of the wall. And this one, move on to the next. We're not going to finish off each one because that's wasted movement, kind of walking all around it. Instead, it's just a case of do each 90 degrees of each one as we go around and then do the same from the inside on each one. And we should just be able to go ding, 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 ding right at the end. Though, of course, I bet that I won't have been thorough enough, and I'll end up having to wander around them all and spraying again at them because I'll have missed bits. But hey, the theory is there. In fact, I probably need to crouch down while I'm doing things as well. This one's actually not too bad from this angle. Almost done with the game? Nice. Yeah, I came pretty close to, I think there was pretty much only 2 or 3 levels left, I think, when I reset progress. Part of me's kicking myself that I didn't just finish it off with all my equipment, but I don't know. I feel if I'd done that, I'd never have done this. I'd have just shelved the game and not come back to it. Whereas this was a good way of making sure that I did actually play the game more. I was kind of hoping that they'd put more of the newer levels in the career in a different order, like they'd just shuffle things around a bit instead of it just being how they happened to release them initially. Like there's the ancient monument one, the big hand thing, and I swear that should come much earlier in the storyline than it does. There's paint on this one, that's annoying. So this is where you have to pull out the other stuff, but again, it was the same as what I was doing when it was just like mold and stuff, because it's all the same in terms of anything that is ingrained, you just have to whip out the red anyway. Oops, wrong one. Scroll too far. Because this one had paint on it, I want to try and make sure that I do a pretty thorough job on this angle. I swear this last 5% of just doing these unicorns is going to take really long. Like this is taking longer than it took to do the whole platform, I think. Just because they're really annoying angles that you're having to do, they're annoying shapes, and having to pull out the red nozzle for each of them. That's what takes a lot of time. Cool. There we go. From the front. This one's really spotty. Of course, the other aspect of things is that it's better in some ways to not do things as methodically as I have been, because all of this extra spraying that I'm doing on these horses would have been backstopped by other bits, so it would have contributed to the cleaning of the bottom and the center and stuff like that. So I should probably have done them earlier. But that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to leave them till last, so, you know. Yeah, it's not as 100% efficient as it could have been, but it's more pleasing to me. Texas came out in ATS. Yep, I was playing that last weekend. It's good fun so far. It's big. Tomorrow I might be playing it again, or I might leave it till next weekend. I'm not sure. Got until like January or something to do the community event, so there's no hurry on that one. Like Christmas sale, yeah, it might be discounted. It won't be discounted much. New expansions usually only get discounted like 10%, 20% maybe. It wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't actually go on discount until next year. But it might. I always like to do the community events that they have these days, so I make sure to get it straight away, and yeah, got a few months to actually do it. It's quite good because the community event this time around, because there's so many cities, you only need to deliver to and from 15 of them out of the 25 that have been added. Okay, so now we can pretty much just do, we can probably just look at each one and do it from this side. And now we've got to get the red one out. I'm probably going to have to, like, jump on top of it or something. I'm going to have to get underneath it, aren't I? Yeah, pretty much. Yep. There we go. This feels wrong. Just giving a plastic unicorn an enema, don't mind me. Come on, what's left on it? The top. There we go. Sure enough, you basically got to end up riding it. For the ones that are up anyway, the ones that are down, you've got to really crouch down. I gotta say, my favourite part of what they've added with American Truck Simulator is nothing to do with the Texas expansion and everything to do with the changes they've made around the viewpoints and the photo studio, where now you have like a little album. So any viewpoint that you've been to in the past, you can watch from the menu now. You don't have to go back to it, which I really, really enjoy. And you can also take pictures of places around in the world and add them to your album. So it's kind of an extra collectible as you go around. And I live for that shit. I love that in games. So now I've got a lot of places to go back to and take photos of. On the one hand, it's kind of annoying because it's a lot of places I've been to before and I've even taken pictures of before, but it's fine. I can get back to them easily enough. Nice. 4 more horses that are actually unicorns. I guess, are unicorns horses, technically? I suppose they are. It's being general, not specific, I guess. Ready to go. This is, again, just kind of the tediousness of using the basic washer, that if I was using the heavy duty, I would just waft over these with the yellow nozzle and they would be done in a quarter of the time. Whereas with this, I'm actually having to pay more attention to detail and target specific spots instead of just waving my washer at it vaguely. Nice. Unicorns are horses with the horn of a swordfish glued on top. It's less a swordfish and more a narwhal. It's the forbidden love child of a narwhal and a horse. Horse got stuck in the ocean. Help me step narwhal, I'm stuck. That were a rhino and a dolphin or something to make a narwhal in the first place. Or a rhino and a zebra, maybe? Dunno. Either way, it would involve a stepladder or a ditch. Last one, almost finished. The excitement is building. Yay! Ka-ching! Done. And there we go. Round and round and round we go. Just circled it multiple times, doing different things. Whee! Fantastic. Carousel looks incredible. The others are going to lose it when they see it. I can practically smell all that hard cash in my hands already. Don't get too hard. Awesome. Nice. And that will do it for now, because that was a long one. That took me a lot longer than I thought. I was going off the earnings. It only gives you 500 bucks, which is less than the fire helicopter, but I'm sure that took me like twice as long. So I feel that was a bit of a rip-off. So yeah, that's a bit rude. Hey Ruby, welcome, welcome. Still haven't added to the replay. You say they still haven't added it. They actually removed it in early access. Originally, the ladders and scaffolding and stuff did appear in the replay, but people didn't like that because it got in the way. Because you only have a static viewpoint. If you happened to stick your scaffold in the way, then you wouldn't see any of the cleaning taking place. So they just made it so you don't see it. And originally you didn't see your player model, so it wasn't a problem. But then with multiplayer, they added the player model to the time-lapse because people wanted to be able to see everyone moving around at the end of a multiplayer session. So they added that in, which then created the problem of floating players when you're on scaffolding. So there's the story. That was a long time ago. That was early on in early access that they made that change. For me, it was never really a big deal because I try and avoid using the scaffolding as much as possible because I like to jump around and do parkour because it's more fun. But with the basic washer, you don't have much choice. You've got to get up close and personal a lot of the time. So we've got the treehouse and the drill. That's right, the drill is the first thing you get from Blake Thrust. But the treehouse, that will be a mammoth undertaking. That's going to be an entire session of its own. I expect that one to probably take me over 3 hours just to finish. I like to play the game wrong. I like to play the game my way. I like to be creative. I do speedrunning. Of course I play the game wrong. Wrong. That's just what we do. In this case, I'm making it harder for myself instead of easier for myself. But either way. Once again, it's a case of there is no wrong way to play a game. If it's permissible or able to be done within the game, then it can't be wrong because it's possible. It's as simple as that. Maybe unintended, but that doesn't make it wrong because it's however you choose to play it. There's your words of wisdom for the day.